my name is Haley and I talk about my life in Korea here. And a lot of people ask me what's my experience being a natural hair person in South Korea. I just want to have some girl talk about, you know, what products work for me, as well as my experiences existing in Korea, being obviously a foreigner with natural hair. So first things first is I am from Florida. I am from a very humid place. And I strongly underestimated how humid South Korea is. I walked around these first couple months looking an absolute mess. It took me a really long time to get gels that work, hair products that work, things that worked for me outside of my natural state of being in Florida. Now granted, my hair was pretty tea in Florida, I can't lie, but I didn't have to deal with a summer humidity that was random and strong. And my porosity didn't have to change every now and then because of the harsh water in Korea. I underestimated how much that would make my hair thinning, but so I moved to South Korea in 2022 in fall, and I basically experienced the end of the summer. I got it really nice and cozy. Like, I had the easy part. I wasn't prepared for the real part. I don't know if you watch the news or you know about Korea news, but there has been a heat wave where it was literally the hottest it's ever been. And I mean like scorching hot. Like, my feet from my ballet slippers have tan lines. If you're gonna move here, if you wanna move here, I just recommend that you get a really nice gel and you mentally prepare what it's like to walk through a sauna, especially with your natural hair, because next, we're going to talk a little bit about the Korean beauty standard. Now, Korean beauty standard is not curly hair. A lot of people ask me, oh, how do Koreans react to your natural hair? Like, do they touch it a lot? And I have some stories for you, so let's spill them. First, I will say with the older people, they're very kind, they're very open to your natural hair, actually. Obviously, with the Korean beauty standard, having pin straight hair that's glossy and flowy and that doesn't get frizzy is literally what they imagine and what they want for their women, to the point where a lot of older Korean people, if you know the history of Korea, have curly hair. A lot of Koreans have naturally curly hair. No one talks about it. But do you know how many people come up to me and say, oh my god, your hair reminds me of mine when I was young. I had a perm, or I had the straightener, I had a keratin treatment. So, you know, like, that's where my hair is like this. But actually, I have pictures and they're always showing me pictures of their hair. How do people react to my hair? Well, I would say the older people are very, very supportive. They're usually pretty chill about it. They like that we're different. They accept that we're a foreigner. I found that a lot of older people are really receptive. Now, do some of them touch your hair? Yeah, there's been times where I've been to doctor's appointments and like I'm putting on my outfit or something, or I'm laying down and they will just touch my hair, or they will whisper, can I touch your hair in Korean? Oh, ne? And they hear that ne, they're like, oh, ne, okay, and they just touch your hair. It's gonna have to be prepared that people are gonna touch your hair. Old men or men in general don't just come up touching my hair. That's weird. But I also had younger kids where I would be walking to class and I hear, I want to touch. And this kid, legit, stuck their hand and grabbed the back of my hair and they said, wow, and ran away. Like, by the time I turned around, they were gone. Do Koreans treat you differently if you have curly hair versus straight hair? Yes. If you've seen all of the beautiful black women in South Korea, which I am friends with some of them, a lot of them wear clip-ins, a lot of them get their hair braided, and I'm not hating on that. Like, do what you want with your hair, it's your life. But I will say that it is extremely courageous to wear your natural hair in Korea. It is not for the weak. You have to be prepared that sometimes people are gonna look at you and they're gonna stare at you because you're the first experience that they have with natural hair. And when you're beside your homegirls who have that straight hair, sometimes they will just wanna talk to your homegirl more. And personally, as someone who wears wigs.
Do you wear wigs?
I've seen the drastic, it's like the flip of the coin, heads and tails. The world was so much nicer to me when I had straight hair. Some people admire it. Some people think it's beautiful. They're gonna come up to you and compliment you. Yes. Some people are gonna act weird and awkward around you. I think it's more of just making them uncomfortable, or they just never seen a curly haired person before. So either they're really shy, super hype, staring at you hard, or they're just like, now we need to talk about something that's very important. The great Tyla shift. The Tyla shift on the Korean community impacted the world. And you know what? I have to say thank you, Tyla. Thank you. Because of you, the world was so much nicer to me, and just Koreans were so much more open to my curly hair than before. And granted, we were wearing masks. I had a curly hair and a mask, and I'm sorry to say it, but we know Korean society, Korean beauty standards can be very superficial when it comes to if you wear glasses, you're ugly. If you have curly hair, you're ugly. If you have a mole or you have a spot on your face that gives you character, that's ugly. You should get it removed. Tyla's water video and its impact on Korean society, on the revolution of K-pop, I'm gonna give Tyla her flowers. I'm gonna give her flowers, and I think we need to give her flowers, and I think K-pop in general needs to give her flowers. That song and her natural hair shook the world. And I really think that it opened Koreans' eyes to different forms of mixed beauty. Black women, black beauty, mixed people, people from Africa in general. But her impact made people so much more open to natural curly hair people. I don't think people saw much of it besides just Zendaya, but they didn't have natural hair girls here. If you were a natural hair girl here in a big 2022, 2021, maybe we had Megan Moon. We had Megan Moon, but I don't feel like it was popping like it was when Tyla walked into the scene. So I just want to say thank you, Tyla, for your impact on me and my life, because you truly low-key helped me. Like, people were so much more open and so much more like cool with the natural hair, with the beautiful curls, and I felt a change. I felt love, you know? Finding products in Korea now for me, I go to Amazon. I know I'm not trying to support $1 billion corporation, but it's just the cheapest place where I can get a bulk of stuff, free shipping, international shipping, where I can get products that work for me. So I'm gonna list some of the products that I use. I just wash my hair, so I'll give pictures of my natural hair. So let's get into some of the products that I use that I love. I love Salon line. My recent obsession has been this intense brightness one because I feel like it just gives my hair that natural shine. If you notice about Korean hair, they always have very silky, anti-frizzy hair, and it's tea. I gotta give them that. And I think this kind of emulates that natural shine. Now granted, I'm not trying to be Korean, but you know, sometimes a girl just wants her hair to shine. It's around 18 USD and you get a lot. You get a whole tube. So I have a total of 3 of these. My favorite one has been this shining one because it's just great for summer. I also really like this definition one, but the definition only lasts a day. I would say the shine one lasts at least 2 days where you can just add more water. It'll be a fresh, beautiful, defined curl. I also really like this hydration one. This is the one I've been using the most because Korea is so freaking humid and hot that it strips my natural hair of its natural oils. I have to put a lot of moisture in my hair, especially during the humid months, and so this has worked really well. So my ranking, the combing cream #1, the hydration #2, and the define cream #3. They all work well, but my favorite is just this one because I love a shine. You gotta put a lot of water with this one if you're gonna use it, but honestly, it's tea. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I still love it. Honorable mention, this hair gel. This is a really good hair gel for humidity. I have tried copious amounts of products. I've spent so much money trying to get products here in Korea. Getting products in Korea in general is just expensive. All right, you're gonna get a bang for your buck on Amazon. You're gonna get a bang for your buck on iHerb. That's where you're gonna get some good products. Honestly, and sometimes you can get some nice things on coupon. My 2 go-to gels are gonna be like this Michi Tropical Anti-Humidity one, as well as this one. They both work wonders for me personally. I know other people in Korea have recommended me like different products, but these 2 are the ones that are my go-tos. Other hair companies that I like so far have been, you know, Lola. I also get this one from Amazon. Lola from Brazil. This one works wonders for me, especially during the hottest months. I love this. My hair has grown so much from this beautiful spray. And I also like this cream as like a leave-in to really like soak in the moisture because it's really hard to make sure your hair stays very, very moisturized in Korea. Now I do have the go-to original Camilla Rose. You can get this one on iHerb. Love it. Also get it on Amazon. This one works really good for my hair. I like thick creams. Not everybody likes a thick girl, but I like a thick girl. And also this Hair Mayonnaise. You can get this one on coupon. This one saves me sometimes because sometimes your hair just needs that moisture. But for right now, I have been really into Brazilian hair care because it's been the most helpful for like my natural hair to not have shrinkage. Shrinkage is my #1 enemy. Traumatic story time. This is when COVID just happened and I was walking into school with my natural hair and glasses with a mask on. Why I did that? I was just trying to save the money and I didn't want to go get to the contacts because I ran out of contacts and I didn't want to talk to them people because I was scared at first. Okay, I was scared my first months. It's okay to admit that you're scared. The first time I showed up without glasses and a mask, do you know how people were like, oh my God, like you're actually pretty.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Like when you put your hair back and you don't wear glasses and you don't wear a mask, you have a really pretty face. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what to say to that or what to say to that at that time. But it just felt like if you have curly hair and glasses here, people are gonna be like, you're not the standard. Like you can still be tea with them. Think Princess Diaries when she's wearing her natural hair. She's got glasses, a few pimples, and thick eyebrows. Like that's what they hate in this society here. Anyway, to all the natural girlies out there, please keep wearing your natural hair. Your hair is beautiful. They need representation. They need people like me. They need people like us. That's why we're here, to be ourselves, to break the limitations of their mind by existing as a foreigner and being different. That's what we're supposed to do. So embrace your natural features, even if Korean society tries to make you feel like you shouldn't. Dating in Korea while being a natural hair girly. I had my hair straight. When I wore wigs, I got catcalled on the street. I had Korean men meowing at me, meow, when I walked by because I guess it looked like Catwoman. I don't know. For example, my husband is Korean and he loves my natural hair. He loves my natural hair. When I wear wigs and stuff, he's still supportive as any other, but he always tells me that my natural hair is beautiful, that he appreciates it, and he cannot wait to have little curly hair babies. And the support and love of my husband, who has let me try things and not judged me as much. And I would say that my husband allowed me to be like more free with my expression of my natural hair and always compliment it and, you know, give me positive reassurance when I'm walking into a world where people are looking at me like this. And don't think some Korean guy's just not gonna date you or not gonna be into you if you're not having perfect hair, or if you wear wigs and when you're wearing your natural hair, he's gonna, no, that's not how it is, okay? But for the most part, there's a lot of really accepting and loving Korean men out there, so don't think that your natural features are gonna get them to immediately be like, no, she's ugly, because that's not true. Also, a lot of people ask me, like, have you gotten your hair cut in Korea? Like, have you gone to a Korean hairdresser? And the answer is no. I have not done that. I have cut my own hair. I've styled it. I'm in the process of letting it really just grow. But I know that there is a woman in Daegu, in Daejeon, who cuts naturally curly hair. She's a Korean woman who studied in Texas, and a lot of people really recommend her, and that is where I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to get my layers in. So natural hair girlies in Korea, if you guys have any questions, if you want to share your stories, please comment and like the video. Support and subscribe to my channel, because I feel like a lot of black women, or just women with naturally curly hair, need to feel loved in Korea too. Like, people just kind of assume that they hate us, but that's not true. And I kind of want to like let people know that there's some bad experiences, but there's tons of good ones that make up for it. So anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.